Yo guys, what is going on? It is Invin here, and today what I'm bringing to you guys is New World Update 1.3.1, and I'm also going to touch on the February PTR announcement for you eagle-eye people who've noticed that in the top right. Bit of a double whammy, they've released both of these at the same time, and the 1.3.1 update is actually pretty short, so I'm just going to quickly cover what they have changed with that, and then move into the PTR announcement as well for some exciting stuff. So, first off, of course, the brand new kind of weekly update that we've received in New World, the first one since mutations was added, and of course this week's update is focused on fixing issues that have arisen from the January mutator update. Our development team is continually working on improving the New World experience, and they thank you all for your patience and reports as you continue to make on the official forum. So general fixes: we've got a bug where rapidly dropping and picking up items could cause the item to disappear from the bag and inventory. That's been fixed. Also fixed an issue where collision geometry would disappear at region borders. Also put a fix in here to prevent limited time bags of juniper from being exploited, and to add a layer of progression and potential for extra coin for players at the end game. We have updated the coin reward payouts as follows: level 1 to 9, 1 to 5, level 10 to 19, 5 to 15 coins, level 20 to 29, 10 to 30 coins, level 30 to 39, 20 to 50 coins, level 40 to 49, 30 to 75 coins, level 50 to 59, 40 to 150 coins, and level 60 is 50 to 200 coins. Now, for those of you wondering about the changes, most max level players, I'm assuming most players are level 60 by now. We've got essentially 50 extra coins that we could get. It was 50 to 150, so now it's 50 to 200, potentially earning us, an extra 150 coins a day if you get the maximum on all three, if you're super lucky. So that's kind of cool. We get a little bit of extra natural gold coming in, which is really nice. The housing system has had an overhaul on how data is being stored, and this is to prevent issues with player losing their houses or items therein. Hopefully that then means that we can reopen then the server transfers and the server mergers to get the next round of that all sorted and going on, which would be amazing. And also fixed an issue where players could not fast travel to home or respawn at home after relogging from exit to desktop. Strange one, but it's been fixed. Known issue: the weekly mutator schedule rotation may fail to rotate. We have added additional code to help us track down the issue. As of right now, that obviously hasn't been updated. I will keep you guys updated. Fingers crossed that's done soon, and I'll keep up to date with the forums to let you guys know when we see an official update on that. But as of right now, they've added in something which might help them track down the issue. Let's hope it's quick. And then speculative fix here: fixed a bug where the UI could incorrectly select the incorrect item briefly after scrolling. Now, wherever the cursor currently is at the time of the click is the item that is selected. We suspect this was leading to players salvaging incorrect item on accident. Okay, not seen anything there too much then about what they're actually going to be doing towards fixing that mutator respawn cycle, or rotation cycle rather, not updating, except from the trying to track down the source of the issue. So fingers crossed that's done quickly. And yeah, the juniper berries thing, fine. Still some other issues I would have liked to have seen addressed in there, but hopefully they're in the coming weeks. And then we've got combat updates here. So we've seen the Void Gauntlet. They've fixed an issue where mending evasion would reset your lowest active cooldown. Rapier has fixed an issue where the seething the rapier after triggering evade would result in the player getting a persistent movement speed buff. And the Ice Gauntlet fixed an issue where the Ice Gauntlet's punishing storm was increasing all player damage and not just the ice storm damage. So hopefully now that is the fix that we've needed in Wars and in OPR and in PvP in general for a long time. That's one of the most integral things, where Ice Storm was increasing damage that players were taking by 80% from all sources when they've been in an Ice Storm. And I'm confident telling you that now, because hopefully that has been fixed following this patch. So fingers crossed that's the case, because that was absolutely crazy in PvP. So that is it for the weekly update then, but they have of course announced the February PTR, which is quite exciting, and some new features we can see here. So of course they're opening up the PTR again for the February update. Now we are just into February, so they're looking like they're wanting a long test period on this. Bear in mind, this update is supposedly only for fixes, which is of course a massively good thing at the moment in New World. It's exactly what we need, and the devs are taking it in the right direction by doing that. But of course, obviously it's going to be up on a limited availability server set, so players will be able to test the upcoming features, etc, etc, etc. Now, they will officially open tomorrow at the time of recording this video, which will be February 3rd at 10 AM PST or 6 PM UTC. Servers are limited, and we would encourage higher occurrences of group play. There will only be one world available for this playtest cycle, which will be located within the US East Regional Data Center. You may have to change your regional selection from the main menu in order to discover the available world tests. So EU guys, those that are on the EU servers, we're going to have to play on US West for this one. Again, we will be playing on the special client version, which is a new world public test realm, and obviously this will be in the Steam library. You'll be able to log in there as of tomorrow. You will probably need to update this as we usually do every single time, so do bear that in mind if you are wanting to play on the PTR. Make sure you get it updated nice and quickly, and basically it's just to kind of go over, as normal with the PTR, any bugs and submit your feedback, etc. Now it says bugs, balance and polish. Deciding when to align resources to provide new content or to focus on improving what's already there is a delicate balancing act for a live game. And New World is no different. For our February game update, we've taken a moment of pause on feature development in favour of improving the state of the live game. As such, we're pleased to share that a significant number of high-value bug fixes and improvements, as well as some small ones, have been made across the entire game experience, which in my opinion cannot come soon enough. That is exactly what we need, and as well as it being a balancing act from their end, it's a balancing act for the players on, you know, deciding what to spend their time on, and for them to want to invest time in this game, we need these bug fixes because the game is absolutely fantastic, and if it works as it's intended, it's going to be amazing. Now don't get me wrong, every single game has bugs, balancing issues, etc, but for them to take out a month of development in terms of content and change it onto what I would call empirical bug fixes, we need these ASAP. This is a really good decision. While we won't be providing any new content this cycle, we hope that these numerous changes will provide you, our players, with a much better day-to-day experience as you adventure throughout Eternum. Here are some of our more significant and exciting changes to look forward to when playtesting on the PTR. So this is going to be massive. I'm going to basically switch through this as quickly as I can, outlining most of the important stuff for you guys, but I will leave it linked down below in the description if you do want to check it out for yourselves. Weapon swapping. Weapons can now be swapped during reactions, dodges, traversal, and using consumables, except weapon coatings, and will not interrupt those actions. There is a 1-second swap cooldown in these cases to prevent instant weapon spamming. Weapon swapping and attack actions can now be queued simultaneously, such as if you press a weapon swap during an attack's recovery, then immediately press the ability key. The weapon will swap at the first swap cancel frame, then immediately perform the desired ability. Although actions still have a buffer and cancel window, this change will make weapon change and ability active combinations easier and more reliable to use. We now prevent weapon swap buffers from being cancelled if you become staggered before a swap can occur. Again, massively beneficial because in PvP that's very annoying. Dodging and blocking, we have shortened the length of the recovery for all of our dodges. Dodging and entering into navigation should now feel more fluid for all players. Basic attack startups for both melee and range can now be dodge and block cancelled up to 2 frames before the first active frame. This is typically the first animation frame where the damage hit shape activates or the projectile / hit scan object spawns. So essentially we should see more fluid interaction between dodges and players actually moving, blocking, attacking, whatever the case may be there, which is always a bonus for PvP, PvE, any type of content, so that's a really good one. We've also seen some PvE changes here, all improvements. We're introducing new player versus AI physics collider solution that will significantly reduce the amount of pushback from bipedal and simple shaped creatures colliding with player characters. Quadruped and long creatures will receive a similar update in the future, so essentially you're going to have less collision impacts and improved AI targeting to fix instances where AI sometimes attacks locations the player used to be instead of where the player has actually moved to, and reduce pushback on block from most creature attacks. So bear that in mind, there's going to be some differences with collision there. And of course, Outpost Rush has seen many changes. One of the many things, of course, though, is the scoring mechanisms, which of contributions have been reworked, which is fantastic. Dealing damage now increases players' score, amazing. Reduce the amount of points granted from killing enemy players, and reduce the amount of points granted from killing enemy AI. Generally now, it's going to be much more focused on if you actually do damage, you're going to get a higher score, and that is something that they should have had in from the start. That's an amazing addition, because obviously healing was the best way to get up there before, and you know, kills were good, they got you up there, but it was really healing and kills combined, whereas now it's actually going to be the damage dealers and the people who are dealing the most damage regardless of who gets the final kill, because they've reduced the kill score. that actually make the most impact in the game, and that is a really, really good thing. Now, something important here to pick up on is that caches now reward 2 of the Outpost Rush specific armor and an Outpost Rush specific weapon, and in addition, there is also an added 15% chance of receiving a 4th item, which may be a piece of Outpost Rush specific jewelry, which is really cool. So that's a different way of getting the rewards there, and I actually quite like that. Now, in crafting, we have reduced the trade skill XP leveling requirements by 10% for the following trade skills, which is Arcana, Armoring, Engineering, Furnishing, Jewel Crafting, and Weaponsmithing, and a new trade chat channel has been added, facilitating a dedicated space to hawk your wares. This is a really cool update. I actually really like that. I think it's going to be more accessible for more people to get their crafting skills up. It's going to be more accessible to get more of those trade skill aptitude containers. And on top of that, a trade chat is a really cool idea to allow people to sell things, to look for things that they're buying specifically, and it cleans up the whole general chat a lot more, which I really, really like. So that is pretty much it for the PTR and big updates that we're going to see. Like I said, I will leave this linked in the description below so you guys can check it out for yourselves. But hopefully we see a lot more of these major updates and major bugs kind of fixed in the PTR that they haven't added in, because obviously this isn't a full detailed note. When we do get that, I will bring you guys a video on it as well, just explaining and going through what we actually see in detail that's been fixed, because there's a few things sticking out to me that I really hope have been sorted out that aren't included in these notes right here. But as I say, this doesn't look like a full complete notes list, so once we get that, I'll bring you guys a video on that. Hopefully this is, you know, the start of a upward spiral for New World in terms of fixing everything. I'm really excited for this one. I think this update is something that's much needed, and I think it's a great decision by AGS and the dev team to decide this month is going to be for fixing stuff, because it's what the game needs right now. So big props to them for that. Other than that, guys, that is going to be it for today. So thank you very much for watching. As always, do make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel and you haven't already done so. But 20% of the people who watch my videos are subscribed, so if you're one of the 80% that isn't, press the button down below. It is absolutely free, and you can always unsubscribe at a later point if you choose to do so. Other than that as well, drop me a like if you've enjoyed today's videos. It really does help me, my channel, and of course the algorithm, which is always an appreciation. And besides that, guys, that is going to be it for today. So thank you very much for your time. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you again tomorrow with a brand new piece of content. Take care, guys, and peace.